Excellent, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Pressure's on.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna tell jokes to you guys.
Excellent.
I'm gonna stare at your table.
I like it.
Where should I stand for maximum effect?
Step back a little bit.
Yeah, to do jokes to this one table
Hello.
of people who are also on the show.
Hey, these two aren't.
Oh, that's good. Thank you for coming. We have an audience.
There's an audience.
There's a goddamn audience in the building. Thank you so much for coming tonight. Give it up for Munchies, everybody.
Woo! Woo!
My name's Andrew Ingram. I'm a stand-up comedian sometimes. I've got to tell you, it's maybe the roughest time in human history to be an artist with the initials AI. I also do photography. I make a lot more money doing photography than I do doing stand-up. But I've got to be honest, guys, my business is hurting. Nobody wants to spend $50 for AI-generated images. You know, it's like, what? You just go on ChatGPT, create that shit myself. Things are looking up. I mean, photography's not looking great, so I got a new job working at KFC. Yeah. You know, the pay's not great, but I do get to work with battered animals. Battered animals. You guys. Battered animals. Battered animals.
Are they well battered?
I mean, depending on who's working the fire, honestly. I mean, when I'm working it, hell yeah. Hell yeah. You guys, I have a very important question for the group. The fuck is a double dog dare? What is it?
It's more
Like, it's more intense, right? But if I win the dare, do I get 2 dogs?
Yes.
Because, really? I will do a lot of stupid shit for 2 dogs. For real. You know, I've run the numbers, I've done the math, I would drink pee. I would drink pee for 2 dogs. You know why? You know who doesn't care that you just drank a bunch of pee?
2 dogs.
Couple of dogs, you're goddamn right. It's the only joke I want you guys getting ahead of me on, okay? I struggle, you know, with body image problems. I don't love the way I look. I don't think this is the character anybody creates in Skyrim. You know? I think I look like a cross between a baby and his grandfather. It kind of hurts my feelings that's the hardest you've laughed so far. On the upside, you can catch me this fall on Baby Granddads on NBC. Alongside Joe Pesci and Patton Oswalt. It's going to be a winner. I'm going to make so much money. The good news, though, is, everybody is somebody's type. Like, this is somebody's type. And I know that for a fact because one night I got off stage and had a pretty good set. Very pretty young woman walks right up to me, grabs me by the scrotum, and whispers in my ear, "You look like all 3 of my baby daddies." A person said that to me. And in that moment, I had a decision to make. Would I answer this call to adventure? Would I stay in the Shire and have myself a sack breakfast? I'll tell you what, guys. My stepkids look just like me. It's an old one. It's an oldie but a goodie. I like that one. Oh yeah, I do have, you know, body image problems. I still struggle with it. I moved into a new place about a year ago. My parents helped me move in. I have one of those accordion closets made of mirrors. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Yeah.
My parents are helping me move in. My mom sees it. She's like, "Oh, honey, we can hang a blanket over that." It's like, I understand where it all comes from now. Thank you, Mother. But, this is a weird thing to have because, I had one in my early 20s when I was young and fit and in the Army, and I fucked my girlfriend in front of it, and I had a 6-pack, and we were going to live forever. I just walk past it shirtless. I'm like, ugh. Does pizza give us hangovers now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Speaking of pizza, I actually want to start a new political party. Call it the Pizza Party. I want to give government-subsidized pizza to all Americans. Yeah. It's the fastest delivery system for all 4 food groups. And frankly, we got to keep our people strong if we want to defeat Putin. Now, you may be thinking, Andrew, the 4 food groups were a con created by the Food and Drug Administration to prop up the dairy industry. And you would be correct, but listen, do you want to be right or do you want free pizza, man? If we've learned anything from politics in the last few years, being right doesn't matter very much. I think it's weird we all learn science from a lady with a magic school bus. Ms. Frizzle, you are teaching us the laws of time and space by breaking the laws of time and space? Lady, you are sending mixed messages. There is an episode of the Magic School Bus where they get to Pluto and back in 22 minutes. You know what?
Say something nice to the audience.
Mike, shut the fuck up. I'm literally in the middle of a joke.
Bad idea.
Jesus Christ.
Trying to suck it in.
Guys, you're welcome to come in and have a good time. Mike won't interrupt the show anymore. It's a very fun show. We're talking about the Magic School Bus. As I was saying, there's an episode of that cartoon program that teaches science to children where they get to Pluto and back in 22 minutes. You know what can't get to Pluto and back in 22 minutes? Fucking sunlight. Stop teaching these kids about astronomy. Start teaching them how to summon the beast, lady. Secrets you're not sharing. Oh, I should have done this with the body dysmorphia stuff. I will never weep over the graves of my enemies because I was born without tear ducts. It's like, that means I could be weeping right now.
Are you?
You'd never know. Never know. It's a weird thing about me, and it's been true my entire life. And I got to wondering a while back, how strange must that first diaper change have been for my parents? Just the bottom half of my face. Top half of my face. Like the gaze of an unloving God to the eyes of an infant. I asked my mom, when did you guys realize that I didn't have tear ducts in the hospital? And she was like, no, when you were 2. And then I said, but Mom, you're a nurse. I said, yeah, I was busy. Your dad was in college, I was working night shift. I don't know what to tell you, kid. Don't have kids in your teens. This is an audience participation bit, so I want to get consent. Who wants to answer a question? Anybody? You want to answer a question? What was your name one more time?
Hannah.
Hannah, I'm so excited to be on the show with you. I've heard great things about your ukulele skills.
Mediocre at best.
Okay, well, it's a ukulele. Nobody can tell. That's the great thing about that instrument. It really is the melodica of stringed instrument.
It really is. Listen, the melodic is on a
Just being
different
a fucking
level.
I'm just being such a dick. Ferret is probably the most talented person in this room by a country mile. But no, let me ask you this question. Say you were on death row, right? Because you killed a guy. You killed some asshole stand-up comedian who made you participate.
Is this foreshadowing?
I mean, it could be. I don't know. I can't predict the future, but I am very good at the stock market.
Okay.
That's not true. I don't know anything about the stock market. No, let's say you're on death row because you killed somebody,
Okay.
right? Maybe they deserved it, maybe they didn't. Not really, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The only thing that matters is if you're on death row, what do you choose for your last meal?
That's actually a hard question.
What first thing that comes to mind?
Sushi.
Sushi, wrong answer.
Fancy.
Wrong. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. There's no wrong answer, but there is a right answer. And that answer is great panda steaks. You know how long it's going to take to hook that shit up? Be on death row for like 3 more years just to get that shit through customs, you know? It's fun. I feel like this is a pretty cool crowd. A lot of hip cool cats. You guys like what do you think of like alpha males, like tough guys? You guys, I don't get the vibe that you guys are into that.
No,
kind of shit.
not so much.
Good. Me either. I don't like, you know, like I like being a dude. I'm a dude, but you know, like I don't like hanging out with just dudes, right? It always becomes a competition. You know, what kind of car do you drive? How much can you bench? How big's your dick? You know, I just don't like that aspect of, male fraternity. It's just not a thing for me, you know? And, like, I don't have to be a part of it. And I can still be the toughest guy in most rooms because I fought in a war. And I just, it's like anybody, like, if I'm being honest, my perfect Sunday is sitting on the couch under a weighted blanket, sipping chamomile tea, rewatching Gilmore Girls. And I can own that because I fought in a war. So anytime some guy's like, well, what kind of car do you drive? And just be like, yeah, busted up 2008 Mazda 3, what of it? He's like, well, I got a 2023 lifted F-350 with the truck nuts and mud flaps. It's like, that's cool, man. You ever steer that rig through the streets of Kirkuk dodging mortar fire? No?
No.
Then chill out, bro, because this is the episode where Dean breaks up with Rory. Yeah, well, like, I could bench, like, 500 pounds. How much can you bench? I have no idea. You ever lift a Humvee off a guy? Well, me either, but I know a guy who did, so. But please, sir, pipe down, get out of my light. My cat's eating a flower, and I need a pic for the gram. Well, I got a 12-inch cock. Amazing, dude. Congratulations. Let me ask you this, my friend. You ever jerked that hog off in a porta potty when it's 130 degrees outside? You ever played heat stroke versus meat stroke? No? Then kick rocks, bro, because I'm going to cut that fucking python off and garrote you with it if I miss Luke and Lorelai's first kiss. I just like saying, I'm going to garrote you with that python. I gotta work. I don't know, how much time am I supposed to do?
Oh, I think it's really whatever you want.
Oh, good.
What does the audience want?
4 more hours! 4 more hours!
All right. Well, why go?
I'll do. Let me rattle off a bunch of like real quick jokes, okay? Well, I know you guys just walked in halfway through. That's not really fair. You didn't get the vibe. Let's change up the vibe. Let's get as stupid as we possibly can. I don't know if you guys know this, but I am the world's laziest adrenaline junkie. I don't run with bulls or jump out of airplanes. Just let the tags in my car expire. Drive around the city looking for cops. It's become a fetish. I can't get hard unless I do it now. It's real fun. I recently discovered I love Doritos more than sex. At least that's what I tell Doritos when we're alone in bed every night. You know what I'm saying? I gave marriage the old college try. I failed at it for 5 years and wound up massively in debt. You know what I'm saying? No. I loved her though. I love my wife like a dog loves chocolate. I found her in the garbage. She's probably going to kill me.
Oh, no.
She wanted our wedding to be like a fairy tale, but we were very poor. So I just threw a bunch of candy at her and shoved her in an oven. Now, some people may call that misandry, but I just want to point out, nobody out here is doing Hansel and Gretel jokes, all right? So until somebody else is doing that work, I'm going to keep it. I'm a serial monogamist. I only fuck with Captain Crunch. It's a good joke, right? You take that one. You take it home. You tell your friends. It's a good one to remember. I am a photographer. I'll end on this one. I am a photographer. I started out in the military as a combat photographer. You can think hundreds of thousands of dead Iraqis for my skills, right? Right, guys? Totally worth it, right, guys? Right, guys? Right, guys? Operation Iraqi for totally worth it. Okay. No, but now, it's weird. I got those skills in an ill-gotten way, but I have them now. I try to do penance by shooting punk rock for free. I feel like that's all I can do. And, I love shooting kinetic shit. Like, it's so much fun. I love shooting live events, concerts, comedy shows, punk rock shows. I will never shoot another goddamn wedding again in my life. Frankly, you guys, weddings are more stressful than combat. All the enemy could do is fucking kill you. If you ruin the Harry Potter themed ceremony that Sandra has been planning since she was 11 years old, she's gonna hex your ass. And then you're gonna go bald, your kids are gonna go bald, and their kids are gonna go all the way down to some generation. And frankly, you guys, like, real talk, no magic, no bullshit magic aside, I would rather ship out to Ukraine tomorrow than take one more goddamn frame of your racist aunt's speech. All right? Because I'm going to make it look beautiful, but we all know what she said about the Puerto Ricans. I'm just not going to condone it anymore. All right, guys. All right. Thank you for your time, all of you. Give it up for Mike Harris. God damn it, I'm out of cigarettes.
Oh, no.